Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. On today, I have a recurring favourite to the channel. This is Owen Wilson.
Hello.
So you're back with us for yet another top. It feels like every weekend you're topping something that's pretty big in the UK.
Yeah, I try to enter as many of the tournaments as I can, so I mean, topping them's always a plus.
Yeah. And you've been a big fan of the Drytron strategy for previous events, so I think it's really interesting that you came to this one with a very, very different type of deck.
Yeah, so in my mind, because this is the Invitational, so I thought everyone's going to be playing Drytron and VW, which it basically was if you look at the top 8. It was like 4 VW, there was no Drytron in top 8, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
But it was VW, there was Dinosaur, and
One
two Dragon Link.
Yeah,
There's 2 Dragon Link, yeah. So yeah. I just built my deck to beat combo decks, so I thought I may as well just do this, because if I play Drytron, I'll just lose the stuff combo decks lose to, so
yeah.
I'd rather just play this and have a good matchup against like everything, really.
Yeah. Well, you get to play so many just like blowouts versus
ignorant cards, yeah, it's great.
And were you at all inspired by the American Invitationals?
Yeah, so I used to play GuWu a lot. I love GuWu. It's such a fun monkey deck. I love it. So seeing obviously when I started Win, I just took inspiration from this. The list isn't much different. But obviously like the side deck and everything's a lot. That's why me and Jaro worked on it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Jaro also played his deck, but he didn't play combo. He played against a lot of control, so he didn't top, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
just think it's just really good against the meta right now.
Sure. Well, let's run through the card by card quickly, and then we can get into some more insight. So, hand traps are what? D-Shifter, Nib.
D-Shifter, Nib, yeah, and
well,
obviously the free Fiendus, yeah. So we chose Shifter and Nib because they're the most impactful hand traps. So like going second, the deck's not amazing. Obviously you got like Red Edge Fusion anyway, but like if you drop a Shifter against Drytron or VW, you should just win the game.
Yeah.
And then Nib's the second one. It's a bit weird because obviously like VW and Drytron both have like outs to it, but like it's still the other like most impactful hand trap we can play. Like we don't want to play Gamma, but I think Nib's like the second best hand trap. So other than Gamma,
I think like Nib is the classic one that punishes people who aren't prepared for it, right?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people aren't prepared for Nib right now, like because there's not many decks what are maining Nib. Because of like the decks can play through it, or like Drytron just searches Orange Light.
Yeah.
So it's not really, people don't really play around in game 1, so you can catch them off guard, which is nice.
Okay. Yeah, sure. And then obviously Fiendus you just keep in, right? It's engine.
Yeah, it's engine card. It's just Fiendus is really good. Only thing it conflicts with is the Shifters because you can't discard from hand, but like it's still really good because obviously if you don't have Shifter, it's just another Omnigate.
Yeah, which is always nice. Omni Negate with no setup. Always good to have. So the engine is, of course, 3 GuWu, 3 Fiendus, 1 Archer, 3 City. Terraforming, I guess, is like the proper...
Yeah,
proper main engine. How do you feel with the Archer in the deck?
Archer has been really good. I didn't think it came up much this weekend, but like I've played in like locals and stuff and like everything else testing with it. Archer's really good at spinning stuff back that you can't out. So when you set stuff, you can just attack it, put it back in deck, and I guess rid of the problem, which is quite helpful. And also, like just setting it and letting it die to summon a GuWu can sometimes be really good.
Yeah, true.
Like just using the giant rat effect of it is really good.
Yeah, there aren't many cards that float like that in the format, right? There aren't very many where you just set them and they float anymore. Yeah,
so it's really good just to set and just let it die, really. And also, just the utility of spinning stuff back is really good with it. So I think it's definitely worth playing the one of.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Only other monsters are the Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, obviously for the triple Red Eyes fusion. You didn't feel like you needed insight or Wyvern for this list?
The thing is, we have Prosperity, which is so it lets you see the top 12 of your deck. So we thought that was enough, which it really was. I saw Red Eyes like a lot. With Prosperity and like just Red Eyes Fusion as well, and talents to draw into it as well. So if I go Hidden City and the Ash it, you can go talents draw into it, which I've drawn into it I think once today, I did that. I got my head in City Ash, so I just talented into the Red Eyes Fusion.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the lineup of monsters was fine. I don't think like the insight. The thing is with insight is like we already have enough, and you have to play the Wyvern brick.
Yeah.
Which is another thing, and like space. There's not much space in the deck, either. Like every card you want to play.
Yeah, and this is one of the decks where there's literally nothing to do with the Wyvern in your hand, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's just sits there. There's nothing to discard it. Well, except from like Dragoon.
Apart
but,
from,
like,
yeah, exactly. But then like.
Yeah, it's not needed, in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Onto the purple cards.
Yeah.
More than a quarter of your deck.
Yeah. Really. So the thing is, we're just playing the 6 floodgates. Like these are the best right now. Like Summon Limit is great for going first. No combo deck plays through Summon Limit.
Yeah.
Their only one's great against Dry Trump specifically, whereas like VW can play around it kind of because they got the Psychics and the Worms. But it's still really good, and I played against Infinoble as well today, which I had both, so there was no way he was winning that game, unfortunately for him. But yeah, I think these are the best floodgates right now, with obviously the matchup specific ones in the side deck. Strike obviously just great card to have, because you could sit there with like a Dragoon or like a GuWu on field, and they think, oh, you've only got 1 negate. Whereas you got 1 or 2 negates where you just flip the strike and you can't gamma it as well, which is nice.
Yeah, that seems really cool.
And then final battle's great. The card is actually insane. Like it's literally got 5 effects.
It's just mad.
So yeah, that comes up a lot. Just having that. With the Book of Moon, where you like activate it and then chain GuWu, that comes up quite a bit as well. Book of Moon's really good this format as well.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. All right then. Let's jump to extra deck.
Yeah, sure.
So double Intus, just for the
it's for Maximus. Yeah. So we wanted to play Nova Macabre. Jara played it. I couldn't find a Macabre, so I just played the second Entis.
Yeah.
So I didn't go against it. It's not a massive percentage of decks of what we expected. We didn't think there'd be many people playing it. So it could have came up. But I would have preferred to have like a Nova and a Macabre in my extra deck over the Link Karibo as well.
Oh, that's the one. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna.
Yeah, so Entis and Link Karibo is what we take out for Nova Macabre if I had the god.
Sure. Okay. And then you got Dragoon. You've got your Last Warrior for your Waking the Dragon.
Yeah, Last Warrior is great. It didn't come up, but Waking is just such a good card. Yeah.
Yeah, and lots of people are back on Lightning Storm. You as well.
Yeah, Lightning
right?
Storm. Yeah, I'm on Lightning Storm. So, like, obviously, I only triggered Waking once. It was against Mystic Mine. He Cosmic'd it. I just summoned a Hot Red. So
that's the job.
Yeah. I think everything's got situations. Like Megaclops, obviously good against things that can't out it. And then also with Ulti Falcon. Whereas like so the Crystal Wing as well. That if I had a second Dragoon, that would be a second Dragoon. But I only have 1. So Crystal Wing's obviously just another negate. But the thing is, like, if we set Waking into a Zeus, the thing was we want to be able to, if it has another trigger, we want to be able to negate the Zeus, which is why we played the Crystal Wing in the Hot Red.
Yeah, and they both do the job there, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. And then so you've got your own Zeus with the down Erd.
Yeah, we played the Zeus. It doesn't come up, but it's worth playing because we have the space. If at some point you have a Fiendess and another monster on board and a Fiendess engrave, you just Fiendess book your monster, summon the Fiendess back, overlay for a rank 1, and then they get punished by a Zeus, which is nice. It came up in testing like once or twice. But you've got the space in your extra, so I don't see why you wouldn't play the option for it. Yeah,
it seems really crazy that you could just fit so many like random things in here.
Great.
Yeah. Okay. And Falcon's covered. You got Boral Sword in here. Can you make it?
No. Well, I mean, I'd be very surprised if I ended up making a Boral Sword. But it's basically another Waking target.
Yeah.
If we just need to push for game. Summoning a Boral Sword off Waking is really good. And Jara he loves Waking, so somehow he drew 2 and he got them both triggered. So he summoned a Boral Sword and like a Dragoon or like a Hot Red or something.
Yeah.
Just killed him because he got both Wakings destroyed, which is crazy.
That's
Yeah, which is wild. Last card's like Link Karibo. It doesn't come up. Could come up against Dinos, I guess, but it could be Link Karibo or Anima, but it should be like the Macabre for for that. So it's just the card to banish really, and then Verte. It's just in case you. So turn 1, if you open Hin City, that can make what do you call it? Verte. If you open a GuWu or Fiendess. So I've done that once, where like I was just getting done a Fiendess negate, but I didn't think it was enough, so I just decided to go normal Fiendess, special the GuWu, flip back the Fiendess up, and then make a Verte. Yeah. Because Dragoon is a lot stickier than a Fiendess negate, so it stays on board really, and it's harder to out, which is just nicer. But mostly you're just trying to use Red Eyes Fusion to summon the Dragoon, but sometimes Verte comes up.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's jump on to side deck then.
Yeah.
So I've definitely got to ask about this one. Why 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Cosmic?
Because I don't have any, so I'm borrowing Jara's, and I asked for 2, and then Jara's like, "Why don't you just play 3?" I was like, "Well, I don't have any." So Jara played 1 Lightning Storm, I played 2. So that's the reason on the ratio. That's why I played. Yeah, so that's why I played the 3rd Cosmic, the one of Cosmic as basically the 3rd Lightning Storm. But I think Cosmic was really good anyway. Like it hits the one of cards while you have cards on field, so it's cool. I don't know. I'd probably play the 3 Lightning Storm if I had them.
Yeah. Oh, but you're just gonna play them into people's Wakings now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the Duster, you got the Evenlies. At least you can safely resolve Evenly into.
Evenly is very safe to resolve. Yeah. So they're just cards for the back row deck. So it's really easy to side in as well, because like you're taking out cards like Shifters, Nibs, and Talents against back row decks. So there's 8, and then you've got you got 7 to put in, and then if you can put like Wakings as well in, you can take out your summon limits, or your there can only be one's matchup dependent.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really easy to side, really. And then Massacre Restricts for Drytron. Mind Drain's kind of for Drytron as well, because it stops from activating hand. So those are really good for those matchups. So Mind Drain crosses over between the VW and Drytron, which is kind of why we played it, because it hits both.
Yeah.
But Mask is just an auto win versus Drytron.
Yeah.
So that's why we played those 2. And then the 3 Awaken the Dragon. Put these in basically going 1st and 2nd after siding. Just so you don't lose, because we don't play Judgment at all anywhere. So this is basically, we don't mind if our back row's getting hit if we're triggering a Waking.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's the theory behind that, really.
And just a couple of things to notice. So, you built this deck like the main deck specifically to beat like UK
VW Drytron. Yeah,
exactly.
Best decks right now for the event.
So is there a reason why you didn't want to play the Mind Drain in the main deck? Given that
it's just space, really. Power. Like because it's not good against everything. Like we didn't build the deck to win; we built it to top, really.
Okay.
So obviously against like top 8, you could just be a dead card. Whereas the other floodgates, they pretty much hit everything. Like some limit, they can only be 1.
Yeah.
So we thought just playing those 6 was correct, and then having the matchup specific ones in the side.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was needed to be made, and still even after the event, I don't think it was needed to be made.
Right, let's quickly touch on your matchups then, if you got them.
Yeah, sure. So round 1, I was against Dinosaur, which my only loss for the Swiss. It's really awkward because we both got the same locals, so he knew what I was playing. He just knew how to kill me, really.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not what I'm prepared for either. Like Dinosaur, it's not like a matchup my deck's built to beat.
Yeah, and it's not super popular.
No, yeah.
Contender, right?
So yeah, round 2, I was against Drytron. I won that one.
I wonder how.
Yeah, I just Mask Restrict. Like I think I went Prosperity into Mask, and then he just like okay. Yeah. So I had Mask set it, and I had like a Dragoon on field, so I just won that one.
Yeah.
Round 3 against Mystic Mine. So he goes first. He goes Mystic Mine Field Barrier. So I just scoop. Go to next game. I have no out in the main deck, so I'm a head out. Go to game 2. And then he goes first, or I go first. Set up Dragoon, some other stuff. Have like a Waking set. He gotta scolds me. Looks my deck, and then I don't know why, but he saw the top card of my deck was a Waking because he stacked to the top.
Yeah.
But then he just blind Cosmic me anyway, and then he hit Awakening. So I just summoned Hot Red and then killed him.
Yeah, that was.
So
he was probably thinking, "Oh, I've seen the one."
Well, if there's one in deck, he doesn't have it. Yeah. So he got Hot Red. He wasn't going to win through a Dragoon Hot Red.
Yeah.
So, and then game 3, he goes first. He sets up like Mystic Mine. He wobbies me, and he Goddess Scolds me. So, and then I have Duality in hand.
Okay.
And I Duality get a Feather Duster that he put to the bottom.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy about that, I'll tell you that. So Duality just let me store everything, which is great.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Then round 4 against Herman Hansen playing VW. It went quite well because I went first. Set up Floodgates, and then game 2 Shifter, and then killed him. So that was quite easy because my deck just beats combo decks. When it draws well anyway.
Do you think like does it take a lot of effort to win like the virtual world matchup after you've assembled a deck like this, or do you feel like it becomes a lot easier?
It's definitely a lot easier. It's not the easiest matchup because they got Chuchi, which is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Like it pops like Hidden City and they can hit your Floodgates. But it's still a quite easier match, especially with Shifter and like post side you got the Mind Drain. But yeah, VD can be awkward because that's what I lost to in top 8. But I did open very well in my last game. Which is basically why I lost, because he opened quite alright. So yeah. Round 4, I was against. Round 5, I was against Infinoble. So I went first. I think I had like Dragoon, Hidden City. There can only be one. Some limit. Well, I perspired into one of the Floodgates. But he played it out. Which was weird. Because he saw me get there killed one off the Prosperity, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So he just showed me what was playing, which was really helpful.
Yeah,
he summoned a Fire Warrior. I was like, alright, there can only be one.
I feel like this hand can beat that.
That was pretty much... Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there can only be one could beat that whole deck game 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I won game 1, and then game 2, he goes... Yeah, I had Shift and Nib. So he summoned Connector, got Dolphin, and shifted on the Dolphin summon. And then he summoned like a Fire Flint, went for a soul, then used Dolphin, looked at my hand, saw Nib, passed, and then I just Red Eyes Fusion killed him.
Oh no.
So that was that. Round 6 against VW again. Masker Restrict. I don't know. Not Masker Restrict, Mind Drain, sorry.
Okay.
The card just wins.
Yep.
I drew that, so I won. That's it really. VW's like I just beat like my Swiss rounds are really nice. Like I just went against combo all day, so it made it a lot easier for me.
Yeah. Okay. And then top 8 was your virtual world matchup.
Top 8 was against virtual again. Mate Josh, shout out to the Both Boys team. Which he won, which is really good. So I lost to the winner.
That's who you want to lose to.
Yeah.
Shame you don't come second as a result.
Indeed.
Next time.
So yeah, game 1, I had Floodgates. I won one of the games. We got to a game 3, and then I just didn't open very well. Man was like GuWu, Nib, double Waking. Nothing helped me.
Yeah, nothing's happening there. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was unfortunate, but still did well. I was second after Swiss, going X1, and then obviously lost in the top 8 cut.
Yep. Yeah, just how it happens.
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, it's a nice deck. Nice to get your theory on it.
Yeah. I think the deck is great against the whole meta, so it's definitely a really good meta call.
Will you play it again in the future, or are you going to jump back on the Drytron?
It depends, really. Depends what event I'm preparing for, and like if I think the combo is going to be the biggest thing, and if this deck gets expected, it's just not as good.
Sure. Any shoutouts you want to give?
Shout out to Ninja Cake Cards on Card Market. Shout out to Jarrett for lending me cards. I don't know how I'd top any events without him. Just loads of testing with all the boys in the Discord. Shout out to Lazy Dragon Gaming in Blackpool, best locals. And shout out to Both Boys, best team.
Cool. Thanks very much for coming on. Congratulations with your top. And hopefully next time you're winning the event.
Yep, we can dream.
Cheers, man.